So I went outside and into the garage to work on the Jeep for just a second, and that didn't happen. I've got all kinds of boxes and stuff in front of it, and one of them is a planer that has been sitting there for a little bit that is in two boxes, and before I can even touch the Jeep I need to move some of that out of the way. So that's what I'm doing today. Alright. My 20-plus-year-old Craftsman thickness planer just finally died the good death. So after saving some pennies, I went and I picked up this sweet DeWalt 735X, which means it comes with the wings, at my local shop. And it's what all the cool kids are using these days, 13 inches, that sort of thing. I spend enough money at that particular shop that they threw in a mobile base. So this, like the rest of the tools in the shop, will be mobile and movable, and I'm going to unbox it and put it all together, and I'm stoked to use it. Alright, it is an hour later and some dirty words all together. So in addition to the tools that they say you're going to need, which is a 13mm wrench and socket, make sure that you get an extension. Grab a non-marring handle, because inevitably the packaging, you're going to have a corner bent. I had one of these bent. Also, you get a square. And don't, regardless of what the instructions say, don't tighten everything down. Get your legs on and get these cross members on. And then use your square before you tighten anything down seriously. Also, just one little note. Let's go through this. It's going to tell you to use these to put these casters on. Don't listen to that. Oh, I said the dirty word. Use these. So these are spare. The bags came with both of them. Now the casters are listed, both on the instructions and on the bag. All the bags actually have labels on them as well. To use these. These are not listed as that. So use this this bolt with the non-threaded shank and the washers for the rear casters. Also, let's say on the front caster, it shows to put the head of the bolt here, and then to put the nut and the lock washer on the other side. Don't do that, because if you do, your leveling feet, you got to crank them almost all the way out to do that. So my advice is to put the bolts facing up. If you do happen to pick up this stand either with the planer or by itself, wherever you go, make sure that you get I don't know, 20 or 30. Not even that many, maybe 12 or 15 of the 1/4-inch washers. It doesn't come with enough washers. It comes with lots of lock washers, but not any washers. And without the washers, it's not as sturdy as it could be. So you're gonna want to add a few washers. And I'm not saying this because I'm full of ego and I'm smarter than the folks at DeWalt and all that. I'm just telling you, experience of building and breaking things for the last, I don't know, 40 years. That diagram and these directions, those parts, are lacking. You're going to want some extra washers. And so the bolts with the non-threaded shank are actually used to attach the planer to the stand. And you know, I had that whole diatribe about, you know, listen to me, blah 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 blah. All right, still listen to me. There is no metal in here. It's just hard plastic. Just a hard plastic wheel. And so what that means is that after a few years of rubbing on this, it's going to wear the wheel. So again, my advice is to use these for the wheel. Now they're going to stick out. I'm going to stick out a little longer there. as you can see. Alright, so an hour and 10 minutes of total elapsed time. And the planer is on the stand. I did not put the wings on. The wings were there. Just with all of the extra stuff in the shop with the remodel. I don't want them to be in the way. So I will put those on for the first plane job. So here we go. Trouble. Oh. What? Brody! Come on. Oh,